folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the Realacc R10. Okay, let's have a little look at this. So from the front of this quadcopter we have a very bright white LED with a nice curved body working its way directly to the back. You have 4 motors with 4 propellers sitting on top. These plastic propellers are just push propellers, so you will have to ensure they are fully pushed in before you take the quadcopter out. There is, either side of the propellers, we have the propeller guards. These can be taken off, they can just slide out from the motor housings, and likewise you can just slide them back on until they click back into position. And it is mostly made for indoor flights, and this is it. It's quite sweet, it's quite small. It reminds me a lot of the Hasaki that we looked at a little while ago. Not the bee, not the great big orb, but the other one that we looked at. I quite like this. This looks quite sweet, it looks quite nice. It also feels quite rigid as well, even though the plastic on the top is really quite thin. It is put together quite well and it feels quite rigid. Now, this particular plastic it feels very much like a sort of ABS, but again, as I say, very thin ABS, but in its particular construction feels quite well put together. Now the battery is directly at the back. You just plug the battery directly into its little socket there, and once you do, the gyro will start to calibrate on this, so ensure before you do plug this in that the quadcopter is on level ground. So with that folks, I'm going to stop waffling. Let's get this set up and ready to take up. Alright, so before we carry on and look at this quadcopter, let's have a little look at this transmitter for the second. So transmitter looks pretty standard, looks like something that we've seen thousands of times before with these smaller indoor quads. Now with this, what we've got is we've got flip and rolls. We've got our standard left and right joystick assembly. This is in mode 2, so you'll have left thumbstick is the throttle as usual. We have, if you go to this particular button here, if you push it, you've got speed control, so you've got your different speed modes there. Obviously we've got our on and off switch. We've got our standard trims either side here as well. We also have push down on the throttle stick in order to activate headless mode should you want to use that. The right joystick, obviously that is pitch control, and I think that is everything that we need to know on this. So that is pretty much the transmitter. It looks very basic, it is pretty basic, but for something like this, that's pretty much all you need. So what I'm going to do, as there isn't an on and off switch, I'm just going to look to see which way this should be plugged in, and I'm just going to plug this in, but with it flat on a mat. So now hopefully, it's a bit tricky, hopefully, oh come on, there we go. So now, as you can see, the very fast flashes are where the gyro first starts to calibrate. Now that is all done, let's turn on the transmitter. Single one up and one down to bind, as we've seen with most other quadcopters. Now that everything is bound, you've got solid LEDs on the quadcopter and on the transmitter as well. So with this, we should be able to fly. Now, there's nothing in the manual from this point that actually says that there is an extra gyro to calibrate. It should just be when it all is plugged in. So what we're going to do, I'm going to just try a couple of oh, there we go. First thing I tried, gyro calibrates, and that is to bring the left and the right. Oh, gotta be careful because otherwise this thing will just come into life. Bring the left and right thumbsticks down to the bottom opposite of each corner, and then let go. That then should calibrate the gyros. Let's just try a couple of other ways in case there's something I've missed. No, that is the only way. Okay. So there we go, so that's exactly how to calibrate it. Now with that folks, let's take her up. Okay, we're up, we're active. No altitude hold with this guy, so you've just got to, ooh, that's very quick. You've just got to maintain barometer height yourself, which seems quite easy to do, look at that. It isn't very complicated to set that. You just set, oh god, she really does want to go though. As I'm just twitching this throttle a little bit to just try and get some sort of feeling for the quadcopter, she really is just wanting to go. Okay, I wonder what speed mode I'm in. This seems very flighty, seems very quick. So that is speed mode 1 I'm in for the second. Oh, it also seems this doesn't seem to be doing too good. Well, it seems like we got a problem, folks. Now for a start, these propeller guards are getting in the way of these motors spinning. So what I'm going to do is take those off, and it looks like we've actually got a dead motor as well. Yeah, looks like we have. Doesn't look very good for this little guy at all. No, that's it. We've got a dead motor, folks. So what I'm going to do, folks, because this has obviously been a hampered flight and we've got a blown motor, I am not going to be giving a verdict on this yet at all. I'm going to be sending this back, getting a replacement unit, and then giving it a try again. So this is why we've got part 1 of this particular quadcopter. Yeah, there we are. Well, you can't win them all, folks. This is the first one in 2 years that's actually failed. Yeah, there we are. Well, thanks ever so much, folks, for tuning in, and I'll keep you informed of what's going on with this little guy, and as soon as we get a replacement, I will let you know. Cheers, folks. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.